caltrop is an area denial weapon designed to stop the enemy. The caltrop is a sturdy, simple, yet effective weapon no matter its position. Its purpose was originally designed to stop elephant and donkey attacks. It graduated to stopping tanks. And now, the caltrop is your defense against propaganda, polished lies, and manufactured outrage. It's free from counterfeit credibility and synthetic truth. However, inside the walls of the caltrop, you're going to be forced to think. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mike Calderese is the caltrop.
Coming down the mountain from the heaven to the hell, the Mike Calderese, the caltrop, he never stops, so ring the bell. He bring the facts, he's been up every morning till we sleep. He get it deep, Mike Calderese, in your head and in your sheets. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop.
Good evening and welcome to the Caltrop. I'm your host, Michael Calderese. And if you notice, I'm back up where I'm supposed to be. I'm back in my quiet room. I'm not going to have dogs I have to let out. I'm not going to have any of it. I have my background. Typically, when I'm doing this show in the other studio downstairs, that's when I have guests on, and I have a lot coming to you. So obviously, stay tuned. But welcome to the Caltrop, everybody, as we are your defense mechanism from the truth. And you know, a day like today is when everybody should realize how much you're being lied to and how much everyone takes these weird blind defense positions. And what I'm talking about is what I'm seeing online today. It is a frenzy of defending or not defending bunnies, and it's honestly like this had this many views and that had this many views, but yours sucked, but mine's better, and I went to this and I went to that. And we're arguing politics over a fucking halftime show. And in this episode, I'm going to call on all of you out, from the left and the right to the NFL, for doing this. That performance, say what you want about it, I happen to think it was horrible. Not because of political reasons, because it just sounded bad. But there was a lot of story in what you just heard. There was a reason, if you ask me, why that particular person did the Super Bowl in that particular way. And, you know, I'm not going to take a lot of the right side in this, but they kind of told you so. I'm just going to toss that one out there. They kind of told you what to expect, and I really didn't think it was going to be that bad, but we're going to get into it. Obviously, we have the NFL, bunnies, TPUSA. If you think I'm going to defend TPUSA, you guys got another thing coming to you, because I'm going to rip that fucking them too. We have Bongino. I didn't get to Bongino. I have, obviously, the NFL commercials. There were some really good commercials we're going to go over. There's some very weird commercials. AI, they really pushed AI very, very, very hard to these commercials. We have ICE roadblocks. We have a whole bunch. But let's start this show off right with the Mike's right. Shut the fuck up and listen. All right, so all of you who listen to this show speak English. So I will take after the NFL, and I will do this monologue in Spanish. All right, let's go. Arranquemos con algo simple. El fútbol no es político, pero alguien decidió mejor política a la influenza. Porque lo que vimos anoche no fue un show de meridiano tiempo. Fue una respeto policía. Fue un comunicado. Fue un statement. Y no fue para todos los americanos. ¿Por qué? Estaba completamente en español. Y ojo, no digo que Eso sí malo. Lo gracioso es que los mismos progestantinas que no entendieron ni una sola palabra gritando. Fue el show más americano de la historia. Y sé, tienen razón. ¿Por qué? No entendieron un carajo. Y que la política, y que la económica, y los eventos locales. La izquierda diciendo, fue arte, fue resistimiento, fue identidad. La derecha diciendo, fue borusa, fue propaganda, fue un Virginia. Y, curiosamente, todo depende de quién votas. Porque los demócratas otra vez demostraron algo increíble. Hermano, todo lo entiendo, menos a su defendiendo las que no entendieron, gritando, esto es americana. Mientras dicen que odian a América, es espectacular. Y del otro las tendas a los republicanos, a terreno como focas. Un estilo bíblico de TPUSA. Disfrenando de show patrióticos. Uno porque el otro, los de fuentes, divisiones. Los dos fueron diciendo bueno en quejarte. Y se hoy estás para muera. Quizá otra vez. Tienes idiotas diciendo, Bad Bunny rompo récords de vistas. Como son millones de personas que tenían la tele solo para verlo él. Y del otro lado tienes conservadores, apenas insignia, por 7, 10, 15, 20 millones de vistas del show a todo el otro. Ahora, somos hostos. Soy yo y claro, 20 hostos mil views. Yo también hasta festejando, pero no lloro más. El nivel de bullshit hacen expreso. Somos religiosos, malos pis, malos canto, malos vale, mucho. Ahora más el bluto. Y si se gana un tibetano, Janet Jackson fue horrible. Pero si sos de Escolandia, fue el mejor. El vista, vida, y si sos de gracia, de repente, Kid Rock, ese pándaro es tan patheticado que cuesta cli. Tú, encargaron, el jura, la política decide, qué música te gusta, qué comida comes, qué deporte miras, come todo de personalidad y defendes. Incluso cuando sabes que uno mierda, entonces la pregunta es simple. ¿Cómo tienen tantos cuanto somos vos? La NFL te divide. TBUSA to divide. Los dos ganan con tiempo en juego. Ellos peleando Facebook. Como boludo útil. Y so quiero verlo el fútbol. Las ranas de Budweiser. Y comercianos buenos de verdad. Sí acuden cuando el otro día. Solo hablamos de los comerciales. Ahora no. Ahora desbatimos. Sí, cantante, pero te queriendo es americano. Sabemos que de más grossos. La derecha ordena a Albany. La escuadra ode ICE. Y los dos son americanos, hermosos pais. Okay. Now let's try that in English. Let's start simple. Football isn't political, but someone decided to force politics onto us. Because honestly, what we saw last night wasn't a halftime show. It was a political response. It was a statement, a message, and it wasn't made for all Americans. Because it was entirely in Spanish, like I just read, and I didn't even understand what I just fucking said. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. Okay, maybe I am. It's fucking horrible. But what was funny was watching progressives today scream, it was the most American show I've ever seen. And yeah, they're right. because they didn't understand a damn word of it. Just like Americans don't understand politics, the economy, or current events. So I guess it was the most American event ever. But today, the circus is beautiful. The left saying it was art, resistance, identity. The right saying it was trash, propaganda, disgusting. And it's funny how it all depends on really who you vote for. Democrats once again proved something incredible, that they love everything ethnic except America. People who don't speak Spanish, defending lyrics they don't understand, yelling, "This is America," is awesome. But they're also saying they basically hate America at the same time. It's amazing. And on the other side, you have Republicans clapping like seals for TPUSA that basically did a Bible study masquerading as a patriotic halftime show. Let's face facts, they both suck. Both were divisive. I never gave a fuck about a halftime show, and I don't care about these two. And if you're online today posting bullshit, defending your team, congratulations, everybody. You fell for it again. You've got morons saying, Bad Bunny broke world records. Yes, like millions of people tuned in just for him. Really? And conservatives losing their minds over 7 to 20 million views on the other side. Full disclosure, if I did 20 million views, I'd be celebrating. But what's funny is those who watch TPUSA also gave Bunny ratings. Let's not bullshit ourselves. This Bunny wasn't bad because of politics. It was bad beats, bad singing, bad dancing, and way too much crotch grabbing for my liking. And not one Janet Jackson titty. It was awful. But if you're on the left, it was the greatest thing ever. If you're on the right, Kid Rock is suddenly a saint. None of his lyrics are bad. None of them. It's pathetic how tribal people have become. Every one of you have gotten played. Politics, congratulations, now decides your taste in music, food, sports, and everything else. It consumes your whole identity, and you defend it. Even when you know it's garbage, you defend it. So how do they control you this hard? Because the NFL divides you, clearly. TPUSA divided the fuck out of you. They profit off of your anger, and you're online fighting like a useful idiot saying words like, well, music unites everybody. It's clearly dividing. Listen, I just want football. I want Budweiser frogs and great commercials again. How about that? Remember when the commercials were all we talked about? Not halftime shows. But now we're arguing if a Puerto Rican singer is American. Hey, leftists, while you scream he's American while saying fuck ICE, ICE agents are American. That's the funniest part. The right hates Bunny, the left hates ICE, and both claim that they are fucking American. What a country. Keep fighting about bullshit. Que lástima. That's the only Spanish word I actually know. It means what a shame. I learned that from Gus Acevedo. He was my Spanish teacher. He was my Spanish teacher in high school. And I don't remember any words but que lástima. And the reason why I understand que lástima means what a shame is because he did a whole day on what if Calderis were to fall off the Empire State Building and landed on his head, shattering into 1,000,000 Calderis pieces. We would say, que lástima, what a shame. And then he went on to be a very, very, very crazy liberal, which was que lástima, what a shame. And he decided to defriend me on Facebook. And I said, hey, que lástima, what a shame. Oh, I love it. Guys, I got to tell you, I was fucking amused kind of arguing with all you guys today. I was really amused with, and I'm getting in the chats as we speak right now. I was really amused with everything that was going on. I was amused with all the comments. I was incredibly amused with seeing everybody were like, well, I watched this show. Well, I watched this show. Fuck your show. Your show blows. You know what? TPUSA was the most wonderful thing in the world. Kid Rock was amazing. Half of you never even liked Kid Rock when I never really liked his music. There's like 4 Kid Rock songs that are okay. And the left is talking about, Kid Rock has these lyrics, and the right's going, oh, Bad Bunny's got these lyrics, which we're going to actually, you want to read some more? You want to see some lyrics? So these are some Bad Bunny song lyrics. This is from one of the songs that were played. It's Sapphire. Ready? This is the chorus, Bad Bunny and Ningo Flow. Today we drink. Today we spend. Today we smoke a little Rasta, if God permits it. Dude, I want their God. Their God sounds fun as fuck. Their God loves the Rasta, man. He loves the smoke, the girthy weed, man. I put it on earth to smoke it, man. Today we smoke like a Rasta, if God permits it. If God permits it, aye. Today we drink. Today we spend. Today we smoke like a Rasta. If God permits it, ha, 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 ha. If God permit. I love that shit. I want my God to be like in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, I'm formal, but I allow you to smoke weed if you're Puerto Rican on the weekends. And then here are the best lyrics that you got. Ready? OG1, Galactic style lust. Yes, so that your panties get wet, get horny and versatile, more slutty than Betty Boop. I stay killing it with you, pussy with dick, dick with ass, push it in. So, everybody, I'm just tossing this out there. That was a song played in the Super Bowl, and you said it was a family show. Most American show that we've ever had. Most American show ever. Pussy with dick. Pussy, 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 pussy with dick. Push it in. Your tits rubbing on my nipples. This year, I don't want sluts in my Super Bowl. We had one Janet titty. Everyone lost their minds. One titty sent you all overboard. Now we got ass, titties, titties, ass, and titties. Big booty bitches. I love this. It was fucking hysterical watching all of you guys argue about this, honestly. Or can we stop pretending that we're offended with anything in the NFL? We see rape and murders and all this other stuff. I'll tell you this. Now everybody's a very well-spoken person. Remember when it was like thug life, listen to any of these guys get interviewed 20 years ago? Now every single one of them would be considered Uncle Toms, if you're being honest. Well, they get up there and it's like, you know what? We are incredibly well-spoken. As Joe Biden would say, we are clean and well-dressed as well. But I digress. But are we surprised at the NFL? I will say this about the NFL. This is where the right has a little bit of credence. You have a situation going on in our country. You have a situation where everyone loves to fight about immigration while agreeing to it. Oh, everyone should go, but I don't want them to go in this manner. I want them to go in this manner. But everyone's got to go. It's like 85% of the country, 75% of the country wants everyone gone that came here illegally. But what happens? Now Trump is walking it back. A couple people get arrested. It becomes an issue. Now we have riots and we have everything going around. And what does the NFL do? Because they love stoking political hate and political anguish. Why? Because they gain off of this. The NFL is sitting here laughing at me right now because I'm talking about their stupid ass fucking halftime show. Not the game. We're talking about the halftime show. Not the defense Seattle played. No. We're talking about the halftime show. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the actual game in a minute. But it's just they got everybody wrapped around this little weird thing, and the NFL loves using it against you. You know why? Because you all watched it. You all watched the damn game. It was a game, Patriots versus the Seahawks. Everyone said, oh, they wanted LA versus this, and that's what gets rating. Well, it got a hell of a lot of people viewing it because there was a hell of a lot of political controversy around their halftime show. And then what happened? Everybody watched that halftime show. And what did they see? They saw exactly what the Republicans, what the right-wing people were losing their minds about. They saw an overt display to try to do a 15-minute long Psy-Op to get everybody okay with immigration, trying to make it seem like we're all one America. Did you catch that last night? I don't know how many people are talking about this. But let's start off. Let's give them give you a taste of the bunny. And this is how it kind of started off. Is this America? Is this America? Only part of this I understood. So I needed to say, and I gave this an honest shot because I listen, guys, I don't not like something because they don't like Donald Trump. I still watch some stupid ass fucking Robert De Niro movies because some of them were really good. You think I'm going to stop watching Goodfellas because of his stance on Donald Trump? I don't like looking at his face, but that's not Robert De Niro. It's whatever character he's fucking playing. And I like the character. But I don't hate any of these people. So I watched this honestly. I gave it a shot. And I saw that. I heard no good beats. I heard no good singing. Is that good singing? I got to tell everybody, if that's the most viewed artist in the world, if this is really what you're trying to tell me, that was the best artist in all of Puerto Rico and in the world standards have really gone way downhill. Can we at least agree on that? And listen, I'm not even going to get into the beginning of this because I think all of the fucking NFL, I think this was the most feminized NFL shit I've ever heard. First off, the fact that it's one giant division or organized divisive tactic, the entire Super Bowl besides the game. Even then, you're split between one and the other with gambling and all the other shit. But if you think about it, it's one giant divisive tactic. Here you go. You have Bad Bunny. You have your other side. And what they're doing to you is right from the jump, they're getting you to forget about all of your fucking senses and just get mad about something. And you know what? I kind of fucking lost my train of thought because I'm fucking losing my mind here with all of this. But they try to get you just divided and divided and divided. And the NFL does it. And you saw it because this was a clear attack on the immigration and Trump. It was a clear attack on it. But it was aimed at one group of people. It was only aimed at the Spanish people. It got every other American sitting there going, what the fuck is this? I gave it a shot. I looked at it. I got up and I left. And then I watched it later because I had to do this show and I wanted to get a full context on this. But they use this. The NFL uses these divisive tactics against you nonstop. All of them. It's been one after the other from the Black Lives Matter. They took full advantage of that because none of us turned it off. Some of us turned it off for a little bit and that Black Lives Matter shit got changed. But what have you noticed? It's been the same thing. The people that are blocking the streets in Minnesota are just the Occupy Wall Street people. It's the same exact group of people doing the same exact tactics under a different name, under a different banner, under different branding. And the NFL does this to us all the time. They love division. They make money off of division. They somehow get spoken about more the more they divide the shit out of America. And honestly, let's get into TPUSA. TPUSA is not a good organization. I know a lot of you guys really like Charlie Kirk and you really loved what was going on with him. He's dead. And we still haven't ruled out that some people in that organization may be behind it. And the only thing they care about is whether or not you pay for their shit or not. That's all they care about. That's what Erica Kirk's biggest complaint was. With everybody talking about this shit. Please don't stop giving me money. All of this is about money. And they're all dividing you for money. I'm getting really fucking sick and tired of watching it. Because every single one of you guys fall for it every single time. Neither one of these groups are good. I don't care what anybody says about TPUSA. I don't care. And yes, was that a better performance? If you like country music, if you like fucking country, yeah, you're going to love that shit. If you like Christian rock, you're going to eat it right the fuck up. But let's stop pretending that these guys are fighting some battle here of culture. They're not. They're not. What they're trying to do is create a different religious group that's going to follow them like a religion, that's going to defend them like a religion, like you see going on nonstop. And was it a good show? Fine. I don't care if it was a good show or not. I hope it was a great show. I really was hoping that Bad Bunny was a decent show, and they weren't gonna start with division and end with division. I was really hoping that. And everybody says that this wasn't about the division. This was about peace. You don't take up a divisive topic, make it more divisive, sell on that division, and then play up that division if you want together in peace. And this is one of the things that they tried talking about to where it was like, oh my God, this was such a good message when he held up this football. Let me show you the football. Everyone remember this sign. Everyone thought, oh, this was great. Together, we are America. Together, we are America. Everyone thought that was awesome. And they show you that football and you think it's a certain way. Let's show you the whole context about this.
God bless America. Sea Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, Perú, Ecuador, Brasil, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Panamá, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, México, Cuba, República Dominicana, Jamaica, Haití, las Antillas, United States, Canadá, and my motherland, mi patria, Puerto Rico. Seguimos aquí.
So, what's that saying to you, everybody? This is, if you're just putting the bullshit aside, what's that saying to you after he says, together we are America? What does he say? God bless America. Then he lists all of the South American countries, then Canada, then America again, and says, together we are America. That's trying to say we are one giant America. Everybody from this continent should be able to come here. These are things that he has stated in the past, and now it's being pushed onto you. And a lot of people don't realize that's what's being said right there. Now, yes, it's great. Oh, together we are America. Together we are America. God bless America. Yeah, I mean, I guess we are America. I guess it does include people that can't speak our language. And we don't have a national language before anybody gets official, but it's English. Let's get to some chats here. Let's see what we got. Hey, Jay Cal is first one in the chat. The boat, let's fucking go. Hey, Translate his song and you will be disgusted. I translated some of his song. The boat says, your Spanish is spot on. It sounds like, I can't even say that word, mignonese. I love it. Yes, Budweiser commercials were really good. Coach Patterson was actually in the stadium. Coach Patterson, tell me something. It was said that the people in the stadium did not like what did not like or was less than impressed. Let's see if I have that. Do I have that here? Oh man, it's here it is. Yep, check this out.
This is the audience's response to Bad Bunny's performance at the Super Bowl.
Now, you know what I noticed? Not one person had to get up and take a piss during this thing. It's halftime. Now, one person, everybody's in their seats for this. I'll give him credit. I guess that's right. He says, Lady Gaga spoke English. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, what is that? 10 seconds of fucking English? It's music. It's not that deep. LMO, we are all jammed to the Macarena and did not know a word. Sean Paul, nobody knows what he says. Yeah, bro, that's the difference. That's good music. Have you ever seen the Fast and Furious song? I played it today. And then, de la sola, and de la huerta, e pasa culo, e don te santa, they call me masa. I don't even know the words, how to sing them. But the beat is awesome to that, and I can listen to it. That was just not very good. I mean, you have to be honest. Mama Duke says, yes, both are dividing. The lyrics were disgusting. Coach Patterson, we're looking at lyrics now. Boom, doggy, diggity, dog, da. Yeah, we are. Because, it's lyrics were thrown in Kid Rock's face. So it's the tit for tat horse shit that you're watching like all day long that I'm trying to get rid of. Some of these companies, well, we have a lot. I'm not going to read all of them and get to all these. Prince had one good song, in my opinion. Nothing like the Rolling Stones, Sly and the Family Stone. I guess now the chat is arguing. Now the chat's arguing about songs. And what do we have? Do we have anything in the Facebook chat? Let's see if we have any comments in the Facebook chat before we move on with this. Hey, 13 comments in the Facebook chat. Let's see. Jay Ulrich, honestly, I need more cowbell. More cowbell. Whoa, it's just me. Wow. Can I get a yes? I do want it. 100% downhill. Queer eye for the straight guy, Steve Wood says. Exactly. All these different states or have different Muslims run up with people that need to shut up and start listening. Oh, man. Steve, you got to do me a favor, bro. You got to punctuate, my friend. Commas and shit. They need help. People that allow their kids to go to school and meow and get her sickness too. Wake up, America. I agree. Wake up, America. I think we all have to wake up to the fact that I think both sides are playing us pretty bad. I really do. I think we're getting railroaded by both sides. And while we're sitting here, I'm trying to explain this to a lot of different people. While we're trying to argue over whose halftime show was better, they're busy getting put in positions, getting put in power positions, taking money from both sides of these people. While we're doing this, there's groups in your area right now that are buying up plots of land and building on them of just ridiculous proportions, and you're not paying attention to it. While this is going on, your Congress is secretly, without any fanfare, putting tracking devices in your car and automatic off switches so they can have the ability to turn off your car. Without you knowing it, they're putting chips in tires that track distance and wear and speed and the whole 9 yards. While we are sitting here fighting and arguing over the most ridiculous shit, like a halftime show that I never watched anyway. I don't give a fuck. We're not there for the halftime show. We used to be there for the football game. We used to. I don't know what the fuck happened to it, but we used to be there for the football game, and now we're not anymore. Do we have anything else? Any other comments before I move on for that? I have one thing. I have two more things. I'm going to play two things. I have this guy who made it who made a very good point, and I have Megyn Kelly.
Watch the halftime show or care if I don't understand what he's saying. Like, people are saying you're racist for not wanting to watch or support Bad Bunny, and I'm like, I think that's the problem. I think there's an agenda behind why he's performing, and you're a part of it. I don't understand what he's saying, so I'm not gonna listen to it. I don't care. He's not speaking my language. Why are you trying to make me feel uncomfortable on an English-speaking territory? Or in an English-speaking territory, I'm sorry. I don't understand what he's saying, so I don't really care. I don't know why he's performing if he can't speak English. That's just how I feel about it. It's just the NFL. This isn't the World Cup with soccer or something. I can understand that. But it's the NFL. Even in soccer, bro, when they be having like America News or something like that, like these folks translate the post-game interview in English.
Goal! Goal! That's the only shit I understand. ¿Cuál es el mundo? ¡El gol! ¡Liba, liba! ¡What the fuck? But I do agree with him. I don't understand. Oh, sorry. One of the points I was going to make with division, why do you start off where it's just for one group completely excluding another group? It was only who was this geared to? It was only geared to Spanish people. Only. And we talk about together. If we wanted to do something together, it would have included actual being like together. Not here's a whole bunch of Puerto Rican shit. This means American. And this means we all have to come together as Americans because of all this Puerto Rican shit. And here's Megyn Kelly on why she doesn't like it. I think she makes very good points. It's the only reason why I'm playing her.
I'm sorry, Piers, but to get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Okay, what is the national language, officially, the national language of the United States of America?
I mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official
you don't have one.
Documented thing.
You don't have one.
If you would have let me finish my comment, I would have pointed that out, but people have been pushing to make it official.
Okay,
right,
so you're trying to make official.
This attitude that you have right here is why you in Great Britain have lost your culture. You ceded your culture to a bunch of radical Muslims who came in and took over, and now it's gone. We're not allowing that here. Whether it's Hispanic, whether it's Muslim, it's not happening in the United States of America. That's why President Trump was elected. And whether it's Bad Bunny, who is American but refuses to speak English in his performances, or anybody else, we have to keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer. That's what...
Meatloaf on the Super Bowl? What the fuck's... I'm going to tell everybody one thing. I'm going to be honest with you, Megyn. You had me up until meatloaf. Maybe some fried chicken? No. You got it backwards. There should be some fried chicken and maybe some meatloaf. And I love meatloaf. But meatloaf, I don't think it's been in any fucking... If you've ever been to a Super Bowl party that had meatloaf, I'd almost question the people that put on that party. Meatloaf? No, there should be everything fried, including wings. There should be wings. There should be buffalo dip. There should be a variety of different dips. You know, a little dip with the bread and the spinach and artichokes, and you put it in. Oh, my God. It should be that. But she says something very interesting. This is a uniting event for this country. Put it in the chat after you finger blast my like button. Is this a uniting event for the country, and should it be viewed that way? Because, I mean, I think it is. It's an event where everyone gets together. It's kind of like more people get involved in this together than like Christmas, if you think about it. It's incredible the amount of people that it does bring together. And it makes you think when you hear a statement like that. Could this event actually be used for American good? But whose version of American good are you getting? Because they think they are. And what's happening right now is unfortunately, the event has been hijacked by people that want to push political change through the NFL. That is what's going on right now. Whether anybody wants to admit it or not, that's what we're seeing. Political change through the NFL. And it's now through the halftime show. It was bad enough when it was through the commercials. But now you have it through the commercials and you have it through the halftime show. But let's get to some commercials because this one was fucking hysterical. Like the commercials, if you ask me, spoke a whole different tune. Okay. But let's start right here with the Epstein's List commercial for women.
After years of being kept apart, we're standing together.
Standing together.
Because this girl deserves the truth.
Because she deserves the truth.
Because we all deserve the truth.
Because we all deserve the truth. Now, I fully agree with them. I think we all deserve the truth. But we spent how many millions of dollars talking to Pam Bondi when you know the truth? These things bother me because I start to feel like this is all fucking theater. And you women, you know, what is the truth? You probably know it. Why didn't you spend all that money and give us the truth? If we deserve it so much, you spent how many millions of dollars to tell Pam Bondi to tell us when you could have just fucking told us? Why do you keep alluding to it? Why do you keep saying, oh, we're going to release our own list? Have you yet? Again, this is all kayfabe. Everything that you're seeing is all fucking kayfabe. This is one giant horseshit show. I hate saying that about these people, but you're fucking forcing me. You're forcing me. Did you see this Ring camera? This is another doozy.
Pets are family, but every year 10 million go missing, and the way we look for them hasn't changed in years. Until now. One post of a dog's photo in the Ring app starts outdoor cameras looking for a match. Search Party from Ring uses AI to help families find lost dogs. Since launch, more than a dog a day has been reunited with their family. Be a hero in your neighborhood with Search Party. Available to everyone for free right now. Join the neighborhood at ring.com.
Join the neighborhood at ring.com. So, okay, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't love that they have access to they can just turn on your camera whenever they want to turn it on. Let's just say someone puts that on there. I don't know. I really don't know what to think about that commercial. I don't know if everything uploaded here. This is gonna somewhat bother me if everything didn't upload. Because I thought I had the Pepsi commercial. The Pepsi commercial had me dying. Let's see which one's this one is.
You're not the only one.
So yeah, that one I really liked that one. Where was the other one? I had one that I meant to show you, and it was the Jewish one. And I'm going to be so mad if this one did not come across. Because it was the most horrific. Here we go. Let's see if it's this one.
Loser. Dude.
Did you see that? Should we tell him? Go back.
Oh, bro, look at him. Oh my god.
Not funny.
Do not listen to that.
Thank you, man.
I know how it feels. Nah. They're not worth it, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I was tripping.
What's your name?
Name's Dave.
David?
Yeah.
Allow.
Yeah, you're right. I was just tripping, dog. Yo, I was just tripping. That's something you always hear Jews say. I was just tripping. You have to love this. The anti-Semite commercial with the black savior. Jews, listen. That was good. That was like A1 sauce. It got me here and they got me right there. Right? Unbelievably well done. And you make the biggest black kid, he's like 6'4" black kid. He's the one that understands being picked on about his race. And the way he handles it is by putting a blue Post-it note on top of the yellow Post-it note. And blue stands for Jew hate or non-Jew hate. Wait, I forget. Wait, huh? First off, if you're going to get a Jewish kid, make him look Jewish. You took some regular ass white kid and you stuck him in and you say, you're going to be a Jew. And the kid's like, well, I'm not a Jew, but okay, I'll play one on a commercial. They got a slightly longer nose on the kid. They found a kid with a slightly longer nose. That's as ethnically Jewish as you could get. You didn't even get the curls. Fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable with the if you can't see this programming right in front of your face, it's awesome to witness. It really is just awesome to witness all of these. I think that's all the commercials I have. I liked a couple of them. Honestly, the majority of them are bad. The alluding to AI, man, there was a lot of AI in this. And there was a lot of if you notice like the one with, was it Chris Helmsworth who was talking to the AI, to Alexa or whatever the hell it is. And eventually it was like conspiracy theory. Oh, they're listening to me and all this. And then eventually he gave in and it was like, oh, you could do that? Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Oh, great. Now you're just some big help to me. See, it seems like that whole thing I watched yesterday was one giant programming event. But you tell me, from the Epstein women, that's clearly just programming you. And Pepsi, you know what? I do like it because I do deserve taste. I do deserve taste from a polar bear. I love that they stole the polar bear. I love that when these companies go back and forth at each other. You want to divide me, Coke or Pepsi? Great, whatever. But everything else, I don't know. And I did like I guess the Kurt Russell commercial was kind of weird, but okay. I don't know what other commercials. They had that one Disney commercial with the "Hey little man," and then the little kid handled that big roller coaster better. So he's like, "How you doing, little man?" Really good commercial there. But not really many that stood out. You had no Budweiser frogs. I really want them to come out. Okay, Budweiser's honestly did a really good job. They did a really good job. And I do like the one Star Wars commercial when they acted like they were walking out and it was the Clydesdales walking out, and it was those other things. But Budweiser did a really good job with that commercial. They're getting back to what they learned, a good hard lesson, Budweiser. And it's the lesson that conservatives definitely taught these companies, that we have big numbers too, and if we decide to stop drinking your product, and we're the ones that drink your product for the most part, especially Bud Light or Budweiser, then we could really hurt your brand. And what have you seen them do? They've done a complete fucking 180, and now that was an awesome classic Budweiser commercial. The fucking beautiful horse. It's like, that horse, those horses are always gorgeous, but they like pick the prettiest one out. And they have an eagle coming up off the fucking, that's the symbolism of America. That's the stuff that I would love to see the Super Bowl just represent. That, not divisive, good old fucking America. But I guess what we have to ask ourselves, and what I would love you guys to tell me, is what the fuck is America? Can you define it for me? Because we always want to say this is American, that's American. What is American? I'm going to be talking about that on Wednesday, because we're already there. But I think that's an interesting word to start defining, because a lot of people throw it around, and I think it has a lot of meanings to it. And I don't know if anybody really understands everybody else's meaning on what they think America is, or what America stands for, or what American culture is. Do we even have one? I think these are all really legitimate questions, and I think we got to figure out first before anybody starts throwing around a this is American or that's not American. Because I don't know. A lot of people say, bring your tired, huddle masses and all that shit, and it's like, well, that's just some staying on the fucking Statue of Liberty. What does that mean? Does that mean take all the world's poor? I don't know. Does it mean nothing? Does it mean just the melting pot of everybody? America has to stand for something. It has to. There has to be an American culture. American, not Republican, Democrat, not black, not Puerto Rican, not fucking Mexican. Everybody holding up their own damn fucking flag in this country. I'll tell you something. American definitely isn't Uruguay and fucking Paraguay and everywhere else that this guy wanted to name. That's not the United States of America. They might be the continent of South America, but America should mean something. And it definitely doesn't mean just a fucking continent. It definitely doesn't. And I think we have to figure that out before anything else. Let's see. We went a little bit over, so let's talk about a couple of things here. I always typically go over, and I'm upstairs. I don't have any of my water. I'm like sucking the last few drops out of this bottle, because I actually had to run out and break up ice today with the machine. It was very, very funny. Let's get to a couple things in the news really quick to end it up. Several members of Congress reportedly headed to the DOJ to review unredacted Epstein files. And get this, the FBI concluded Jeffrey Epstein was not running a sex trafficking ring. How about that? Isn't that something? Well, we have a lot of comments today. I love it. Coach Patterson's ripping. The truth is, the president of Puerto Rico is a pedophile. I'm glad I was able to read that one. I agree, Mike. It's all about making this country communist, 100%. And he said he'd rather have chicken parm and lasagna instead of meatloaf, especially when my mom makes it. Patterson says she's retarded. Pull back the players out of the game. Let's see what happens. The culture of the NFL isn't middle-aged white folk. Ooh, oh man, I got to get there. The boat says I got to hear what A-Man Disker has to say about that. A-Man Disker is not in the chat. It's not in the chat. A-Man Disker, I miss you. A-Man Disker, I think it was Amanda. I think that's how you say her name. I do love me some meatloaf, though. I got to tell you. Coach Patterson, rapid fire, says proves Jesus is black. Light-skinned version of Jews. Good old alcoholism. Great question. You spent a ton of time talking about things being un-American, but can't define American culture. Yeah. So I tell you this. I know this for a fact. That 100% is Puerto Rican culture. Now, is that America? You know, just because they're in American territory, a lot of them can't vote in American elections. So is it America? Technically, yes. But is Puerto Rican American? I think if you live in Puerto Rico, you consider yourself Puerto Rican, not American. But if you're Puerto Rican in America, I can see yourself looking at American. But Puerto Rican culture is definitely not American culture. Neither is Mexican culture. And when you come in here, just because we have pockets of Puerto Rican culture and pockets of Mexican culture and pockets of other stuff, to me, that's not American culture. Now, what is American culture? I think I could define it. But I asked you to define it. And you have homework. I'm going to give everyone here homework. Everyone that's watching this, I want you to bring this to Wednesday's show. Because Wednesday's show, we're going to define this. We're going to try to work this out. Because you're right. That was a good point, Coach. Before we just start arguing over what the fuck is American, maybe in our own mind, we have to have a really, really, really good definition of it. Because I got to tell you something. You know, the Somalians in Minnesota, to me, aren't living very American. They're living Somalian in America. And some of the Jews in Lakewood aren't living very American. They're living Jewish in America. Some of them. And there's plenty of groups like that. Plenty. There's groups right now waving some South American flag while living in this country. If you're doing that, I don't think you consider yourself American. So I can tell you one thing that's not American is waving another country's flag while living in America. That includes Italians and everybody else involved. Okay, ICE data, while we're on this fucking whole topic. ICE data shows few violent criminals and mass deportation arrests from January 24th to 21st, 2025 to January 31st. ICE arrested 393,000 people, tripling the prior year's numbers amid the administration's mass deportation push. Just 13.9% had violent crime records, including 2,100 homicide cases and 5,400 sexual assaults, while nearly 60% had some criminal history like DUIs, drug offenses, but 40% had none at all. Troubled few officials and supporters highlight overall criminal rates and threats from nonviolent crimes, but critics argue the figures show broad enforcement, sweeping up families and laborers, not just the worst of the criminals. I don't give a fuck. And this is why Trump needs to stop backtracking on this shit. Because he is. Oh, we have to have a lighter touch, he's saying. No. You sold us. If you're here illegally, you go. Families go with them. Remember? That wasn't my words. That was your words. That was Tom Homan's words. The families could go with them. I don't care if you're a laborer. I don't care if you're a worker. I don't care. If you are not doing things properly in this country, I don't care what you're doing, why you're here. If you've been here for 20 years and you're illegal, you could have gotten legal. There's a reason why you're staying illegal, and it's because it benefits you to not have to pay some of the shit that you would have to pay if you were legal. So, you know, I'm honestly sick and tired of it. Like I'm tired of seeing all that stuff. I want everybody gone. I 393,000. I think that's a good number. That still speaks to Joe Biden deported 150,000 people. And I bet if you look at his breakdown, it's going to be very similar to people leaving. But whatever. I digress. Last couple of comments. Mormons do the same thing in Utah. Yes, they do. 100%. Mormons insert whatever you wanted to say. Like when I said whatever you wanted to say, insert there. And I'm 100% solely against what these groups do and make everybody live by their fucking warped ass fucking religious rules. Jersey Abe says Bad Bunny performing in Spanish for the entire halftime show is not funny or clever or brave or edgy. It's actually insulting and disrespectful. And if you refuse to see why, that's on you. And Coach says, no, they consider themselves American. No, I don't think so. And Mexico is a country. Yeah, so is Puerto Rico. Till we took it over in 1898 or some shit. And again, are they a united state in America? Are they the 51st state? No. They are Puerto Rico, territory of America, but their own fucking governing body. They're not governed by American laws. Sorry. They don't have the same exact laws as us. They're not 100% Puerto Rican. Or, I mean, they're not. They think they're Puerto Rican. Hell, Puerto Ricans in America think they're fucking Puerto Rican. What are we talking about? Illegal need to leave this country. All of them need to leave. I fully agree with you. Let's see anything else on Facebook before I get out of here. Before I get ripping for today. Any other comments on Facebook that I am missing? Caterpillar and John Deere are American. Budweiser is not an American company anymore. InBev owns it, and it's a German company. Yeah, I get it, but American Budweiser is an American brand, and they're trying to be an American brand, and I'm glad that what they did is actually an American company. But great point. Budweiser did a really good job with Bud Light. Yeah, they did. They did a really good job of fucking Bud Light up, didn't they? They really did. Speaking of the truth, my man, keep it up. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it, bud. Really appreciate all you guys. Listen, man, I try to keep it real. I told you from Jump Street, if you were on one side of this, you're not going to like what I say a lot of the times. Because I find the ridiculousness in both sides. I find the ridiculousness in all of it. Everybody. I'm sorry, but I do. And, I do wish, if I could say one thing, I just wish we could get back to it being a football game and not what I feel like is a giant propaganda machine. And we all know really that's what it was yesterday. It was one giant wannabe propaganda machine and not just a football game. And it's fucking really, really, really concerning that we are just bombarded on every level, on every direction with absolute mind control propaganda. Honestly, if there's anything that should alarm anybody, it's that. Because this, coupled with AI taking over everything in your life, you are going to be drones before you even realize it. And it's quickly heading there with what the fuck I witnessed yesterday. Now, by the way, last point. Again, this is the problem. Seattle. How about one of the best fucking performances I've ever seen by a defense in the Super Bowl? Now, it also speaks to the fact that somehow the Patriots luck out and fucking find their way into a Super Bowl when they played shit year after year after year after year. Tom Brady took advantage of this for years. Had nobody in his division. He played the Jets fucking 2 times a year. Played the Jets. I don't think the Jets have more wins in the last 10 years than Brady had some seasons. But they always are in the Super Bowl when they probably didn't deserve it. And this year, they probably didn't. Drake May looked atrocious. Now, in his defense, they couldn't block up front. They couldn't block a 4-man rush. They couldn't block a 3-man rush at times. And I got to tell you, Seattle, they were everywhere. They were everywhere. It was incredible to watch. It was reminiscent to me of watching Ray Lewis's defense in 2000 against the Giants. Was that 2000, 2001? It was reminiscent of that type of shit. They were everywhere. And Seattle, I'm sorry that we spent an hour talking about some stupid shit rather than your incredible Super Bowl win with Sam Darnold getting booed out of fucking New York because they couldn't let this kid develop. And you see what he developed into? He was under attack all night long. and somehow still pulled off some plays. Patriots defense was legit. We watched one of the best defensive football games in a Super Bowl that I've ever seen. We should be talking about that game. The fucking plays that kid number 0 on the Patriots made. Now, granted, some bad, but a little bit thrown behind on balls, but he made up a lot of ground and made some great plays. Some of these dudes were everywhere. Let me play one more thing before I get out of here, because I love this dude. I love this reaction. This is why Seattle Seahawks won.
Thank you. 11 tackles.
Who had 11?
You, bro. Somebody.
Come on, baby.
Somebody, you.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
How about that?
That sounds great.
His defense.
Did you see that response? He didn't even know how many tackles he had. That's how locked in to that win that guy had. He's like, oh, shit. Who had 11 tackles? Me? Motherfucker. Damn, I knew I had a good game, but 11 tackles in the Super Bowl? My dude was everywhere. And hey, how about the Giants get rid of 3 players that came up huge for them? But, I digress with those fucking people, because the Giants just are atrocious. I got to tell you, they are just atrocious. I hope they get their shit together one of these days. I think that's about it, man. I didn't even get to a lot of things. I didn't get to the ice. I didn't get to, again, Bongino. I want to rip on Bongino a little bit. I have a lot of stuff I did not get to, but what are you going to do, man? I try to keep this to an hour-long show. Oh, this was a great one. This was a great one here. I saw this stupid shit. Hey, guess what? Turning Point had 19 million views. 19 million. And it's like, you do realize that like everybody that watched that also had Bad Bunny going on the TV somewhere, just muted. Okay. All right. Yeah. And then, of course, everyone else on the other side saying, no, Bad Bunny, he had this many views. I wanted to end it like that because this is how dumb all of this is. And remember, pussy with dick, pussy with ass, push it in. Your tits rubbing my nipples, push it in. Sorry, I should have said this. Earmuffs, kids, because it's family. This is family environment. This is what we saw in the Super Bowl. Earmuffs. Pussy in your tits, tits rubbing my nipples. Holy shit, is that family? That is family-friendly material right there, if I ever do say so myself. And I got to tell you something. The Caltrop is about as family-friendly as you get. Remember, everybody, be a Caltrop in your own mind. Stop falling for this shit. Stop falling for this shit, please. Stop it. We have bigger things to worry about than a halftime show, even though I just did a whole show on it because I thought it was hysterical. Please stop fighting over these dumb things, especially if you're local watching me. If you're local watching me, our problems are not the halftime show. They're not. They're not. But it's funny how this would take precedent over everything else. If you are a Caltrop in your own mind, you are going to realize that this is all bullshit on both sides. This is kayfabe on both sides. It's about doing the exact same thing to you. And a Caltrop is going to see through it. The Caltrop is going to have fun making fun of it. Because it's way more fun to fucking make fun of this stuff instead of losing your mind. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that was a football game that I enjoyed watching. There wasn't a lot of penalties. They let them play. Didn't feel like the umpire or the refs were involved in the game at all. The better team clearly won. They kicked the shit out of him. It was physical. It was what a Super Bowl should have been. And maybe everyone, let's remember this going forward. How about we just make the Super Bowl be about the fucking game again? Make those fucking hats. This is the Caltrop. Love you guys. Appreciate you. And be sure always finger my like button. Share this. Share this show while you sharing it. It really helps me. Tell everybody about us. Let's talk about it. Let's get bigger. We need more Caltrops. We need more defense mechanisms. We need to get a group of like-minded people together from both political parties that are willing to put this left-right shit aside and push for a common goal. Because while we fight with right and left, we're missing out on what's in the fucking middle, and that's the far majority of us. and we have to start pulling in the same direction. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you. This Couch Drop is out. Later. See you Wednesday.